To ga Farida. Ke kuma ga Usman.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We're catching up with Kim and Usman today, so let's just jump right into it. So Usman is going with his mom to meet the woman that she wants him to marry before Kim. If y'all remember, the whole point of this trip was to get mommy's blessing, and it hasn't gone well so far.
Do you know what I'm thinking? Mommy, could somebody get nani? Yeah, I bribe in Namu.
That went slightly better than the worst it could have possibly gone, so hooray.
So things did calm down later on, and they ended up meeting again, where she did seem to warm up to Kim, but she still didn't give her blessing. I said Usman has to meet a woman that she's hoping that he will marry. She really wants him to marry a younger woman first, so that she can basically guarantee grandchildren.
Na fi son Usman ya aure mai kankanan shekaru saboda in ga jikokina ba hana ya ƙara wata ɗin ba. Kai su je can shikenan ban san inda aka yi ba kuma ba aure mai kankanan shekaru.
Okay, so that's where we are now, and it turns out this girl is actually really pretty.
You're like really pretty. Thank you. So you agree? What? You think you're really pretty?
So things are off to a pretty awkward start. It's really just their moms talking and saying that they want to have their grandchildren before they die, and that she's going to be okay with him taking on more wives. So Usman is just slouched down in the couch, and it just feels real disrespectful to me. I don't know, maybe that's just me. You guys let me know what you think about that. I understand he doesn't want to be there. You know, this is going to cause problems with his meal ticket to America. Kim. It's going to cause problems with Kim, but I don't know. You still should be respectful in someone else's home as a guest. So the moms leave, and you can cut the awkward tension in the room. It is so thick. Despite the awkwardness, it doesn't take long for Usman to start laying on the charm, and I will say when he wants to be, he can be quite charming.
Kuma da ina tunanin ma ina zuwa kawai zan ganki kawai in ce kai zan tafi kuma na ga kina da kyau. If I didn't meet Kimberly, Farida can be the kind of lady that I would like to go on with.
I'm in deep.
So he starts asking her a few questions, and she seems to be getting all the answers right.
Oh, wow. That's around my range.
Okay, I may be misremembering this, but didn't, like, in the first episode or second episode of the season, he say that he wanted, like, 10 kids? So it's convenient now that that's around his range. Then he asks her the most important question of all.
Abubuwa na ko kafin yanzu kin san ko ni waye?
Na san tun kafin ka zo gidanmu na riga na san ko kai waye.
Okay.
Amma ina bin waƙoƙin shi gaskiya a social media haka da sauransu.
So she's not really saying she was a fan, but she's saying she didn't know who he was. So I think that counts in his eyes. So then they both agree that they don't want to get married right off. They would like to get to know each other a little bit first, maybe have a little bit of a relationship. And then he does admit to her and tell her about Kimberly and how he would intend to marry her first, and ask if that's okay with her.
Kace yanzu mu fara yin aure da ita kafin mai dake. Zaki amince da haka?
A'a gaskiya.
Oh shit.
So yayi ka fi so?
Mu dai fara yin aure da kai kafin sai ka auro ta.
Well, with Kim wanting to be first wife and Faraday wanting to be first wife, I think there's only one way to settle this now. So he points out to her that it wouldn't make sense for him to marry her first because he's not as familiar with her as he is with Kim. But she says that his mom wants him to marry her first. So that seems to stress him out a little bit.
And she's beautiful, actually. So Farida is a good match for me, but I love Kimberly. I don't know what to do, actually.
So things seem to leave on good terms. He has her put her number in his phone so that they can talk whenever. I don't think Kim is going to be a fan about any of this, though.
Not at all.
One thing I want to talk about real quick is this girl is 18 years old. And I know their culture's different. They like to get married real young, and she's technically legal. But I don't know, just something about it rubs me the wrong way. I'm just like, you have your whole life ahead of you. You know, you could be doing more than strapping yourself to Usman. But I mean, she's an adult. She's making her own choices.
Mace gaskiya burina ne in yi aure in haifi yara.
That's just me. You guys, let me know how you feel about it in the comments, because I don't know, she just looks so young to me. So he meets his mom outside and lets her know that everything went well. He doesn't see any problems with her. He doesn't want to make a decision right now, though, wants to talk to her. And he reminds her that he does love Kim, basically saying, you know, I still want to marry her first. And she's not really impressed.
Kimberly.
That doesn't sound good.
So Usman leaves his mom and he goes back to the hotel room to give Kimberly an update on how everything went.
It's like her, she's beautiful, she's nice.
You two-timing son of a bitch!
Kimberly starts getting a little frustrated. She just really wants his mom to understand all the sacrifices that she's making, and just the fact that, you know, she's sitting back waiting in the hotel room while he's meeting a potential second wife. She just really wants her to see that and understand how much she actually loves him.
It was like, it just hit me like, and it's something I signed on for, which is fine, but I'm not ready for this yet either.
You better get your ass out this bed.
I just proposed to you last night. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is so soon, you know?
I don't really like her saying that because it's not, okay, she did plan on proposing. Yes, that is true, but she did it the night before he went to go see her because she wanted to get like her bid in. Like, oh, well, you can't marry her. We're already engaged. And, you know, like show the big gesture and all that. So I don't really like her kind of guilting him into that.
Like, I don't even feel like we've had time to even enjoy the fact that I proposed to you.
Usman quickly reminds her, though, that it's really not about that. It's not about their engagement. It's about what mommy wants. And if she says no to Kim, he says no to Kim.
Saying no to her is actually saying no to you. And if she says no to you, I'm saying no to you.
Don't worry. They kiss and make up pretty quickly after he promises her to prove to her that she is his number one.
There's nothing to worry about. You're gonna be just fine. I'm your number one fan.
Now, let me remind you how important you are to me. Let me remind you how I place you as my number one.
So it's the next day, and they get a call from his brother saying that they need to meet with them right away.
Where Usman's brother, Mohammed, called Usman and said that his mom needed to meet with us right away.
So they sit down, and mommy asks him if he wasn't satisfied with the woman that she showed him. And he said he did like her, but he doesn't know her. And you have to marry someone that you love, and he loves Kimberly.
You have to marry somebody who you love. So I make it clear that I love Kimberly, and I want to marry Kimberly first.
So then they say they have a note for Kimberly, which is actually a document listing all the requirements that she has to agree to be able to marry Usman.
Either Usman or Kimberly have no right to anyone's properties or money unless willingly. If the couple decides to move to the United States of America, Kimberly must allow Usman to visit his family in Nigeria every quarter. Kimberly must allow Usman to marry a young lady in the future to enable her to have children.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
So since she agreed, Usman asks her for her blessing. Yes, Usman's mom gave her consent and they got their blessing for not only for him to marry Kim, but for Kim to be the first wife. But that still leaves one problem.
Both Farida and Kim want to be first wife at the same time. So I don't know how this will actually work out.
I feel like I've mispronounced Farida's name a few times. I've definitely pulled an Ed, so I definitely apologize. I may still be mispronouncing it, but I am trying my best. But anyway, I'm gonna find it interesting to see what Usman decides on this, on who he wants to make the first wife. I imagine he's going to stick with Kimberly, but you never know. I've heard some rumors floating around on the internet that he may have already gotten married, and I think it was to her. It may not have been though. So, but anyway, that's all I have for this video. Thank you for watching. Consider liking and subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
In case I don't see ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.